Hi, it's Paul Surapine again from Claflin Hill. Hope you've all been well. We're preparing at Claflin Hill for the next concert of our Claflin Hill season with the symphony, our 25th anniversary season. And on February 8th, we're going to be performing a concert called The Human Spirit Sublime, which I think is going to be one of the most monumental and epic performances of our orchestra ever. Um, was thinking back to when we started out after the shutdown back in 2021, and our first concert of that reopening season featured the First Symphony of Gustav Mahler, one of the greatest, the epitome of the German Romanticist symphony composers. And it was a first performance by the orchestra of a Mahler symphony. It was epic. It was amazing. It was unbelievable seeing that we were coming out of a shutdown where we hadn't been together for almost a year and a half. But later in the season, we did a performance of Shostakovich's Symphony Number 10, which was again another piece that we had never done before, and one of the most challenging works the orchestra had ever attempted in our years up to that point. I remember that night at the end of the Shostakovich Symphony, almost falling exhausted into a chair in the front row of the hall, and my wife Susan came up and asked me if I was happy, and I had said to her that if I had never conducted another piece again in my life, this concert would have been the one to go out on. This upcoming concert is going to surpass that in its scope, in its epic challenge, and in its possibilities for a huge triumph. We're going to be doing the Fifth Symphony of Gustav Mahler on that evening, February 8th, which is considered to be one of the greatest symphonies written. It's up there when you make a short list of people's favorite and greatest symphonies, up there with Beethoven 5 and Beethoven 9, and you can start choosing a few others, but Mahler 5 is always in that short list. It's a long piece. It's about an hour and 20 minutes long, and it's very serious in many parts, but it's very evocative of the human experience, of the struggle, of the contemplation of life, and ultimately of our triumph as human beings together. On the same concert, we're also going to be doing Richard Strauss's Death and Transfiguration, and that's a piece that we performed almost 15 to 20 years ago in a much younger Claflin Hill Symphony Orchestra of that day, which was an epic performance for that night back when we did it. And we're doing that as part of our 25th anniversary season this year, paired with the Mahler. In and of itself, that program is worthy of coming together to experience, almost just for the sheer spectator experience of whether or not an orchestra can actually do such a thing, to put both of these pieces together in one night and to totally express the epitome of the human spirit, the human experience of going through life and then eventually transfiguring into a better place, whether it's here or in the next world. I think that for all of us in the orchestra, we are immensely excited to be taking on this program. I met with our principal trumpet just the other day to go over things that he's going to be doing in the piece. It's a very big trumpet piece, the Mahler 5, and he was very excited after playing while I conducted a few things and saying, wow, this is going to be amazing. So I think this coming concert is really the monumental concert of our 25th anniversary season, and very fitting for an orchestra at this point that can finally even contemplate taking on a challenge like that. I think it's a benchmark of Claflin Hill Symphony coming your way on February 8th in celebration of our 25th anniversary and the level to which this orchestra has grown to. I hope to see you there. claflinhill.org, February 8th, Human Spirit Sublime.